And swinging away, sending it out towards left center field, going back, just inside of the warning track. Connor's on his way to third base. Gage Deutsch to second. That's some technical difficulties to deal with. Now up to bat number 7, Waylon Phillips. But we are back, and as Lockhart Lions 5, Navarro Vikings 3. And that one's going to get away from the catcher and unable to find it, but they're going to hold Connor at third base. That one's going to miss for ball 1. And fouling that one down towards the left side for strike 1. 1-1 to count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. If you missed it earlier, our apologies once again, as the Lockhart Lions had a 5-0 lead going into the 4th inning before the Vikings sprang to life and scored 3 in the top of the 4th. That one's going to be hit foul and out of play. Pascal on the mound for the Vikings. That's going to miss outside for ball 2. 2-2 to count. Weston Phillips was on the mound for the Lockhart Lions. Had a no-hitter going into the top of the 4th inning before Pascal broke it up with a triple to left center field. And right now, Waylon Phillips with a walk. That's going to bring up. Now batting for the Lions, number 3, Jackson Isley. As we'll have a meeting on the mound. It looks like we're going to have a new pitcher in the game. Pascal's not too happy about it. Bases will be loaded. We'll have Connor at third, Deutsch at second, Phillips at first. And Jackson Isley at the plate. And we'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Adam & Sons AC and Heating is a locally owned business. President, CEO, and U.S. Navy veteran Adam Renteria has been certified in HVAC since 2010. Adam is also certified as a home performance specialist through BPI. Adam & Sons offers professional work, excellent quality service with affordable prices, whether it's commercial or residential. Adam & Sons is the one to call. Contact Adam & Sons AC and Heating at 512-844-2695 or email adamrenteria64air@yahoo.com. Mention you heard this ad on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast and get 10% off your service call.
And we are back. A new pitcher on the mound for the Vikings going to be number 4, Cordero. He'll be coming in with no outs, but bases loaded, full of Lions. Parker Connor at third base, Gage Deutsch at second, and Waylon Phillips at first base. And once again, Cordero, the new pitcher on the mound for the Vikings. He'll be set to deliver his first pitch with bases loaded. Swing and a miss for strike one. The infield's playing in on the grass. That one's going to be sent out of play over the right side. And into the batting cages for strike two. 0-2 to count. Jackson James in the on-deck circle for the Lions. Swing and a miss for strike three. Going to be out number one here in the bottom of the fourth. Now batting for the Lions, number 9, Jackson James. Now to put Santiago Guerra, the catcher, in the on-deck circle. And he'll take a look at the first pitch outside for ball one. That's going to miss outside for ball two. Swinging into drive, popping it up over here towards the right side. The first baseman getting up underneath it in foul territory, unable to come up with it. And it's going to stay foul, so it'll be a foul ball. That's a foul ball. So it'll be strike one, 2 balls and 1 strike. So James will head back to the batter's box. Bases still remain loaded. Once again, Connor at third, Deutsch at second, Phillips at first. James at the plate. That one's going to miss outside for ball three. 3-1 to count. Three one pitch. That one's going to be fouled back to the backstop for strike two. That's going to make the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count pitch on the way. That one's going to be swung and hit towards right field. It's going to go over the right fielder's head. Connor will score easily from third. Deutsch from second. And Phillips rounding third on his way home. And with the stand-up triple, it's Jackson Jeremiah James. A 3-run triple for Jeremiah James. Now batting for the Lions, number 2, Santiago Guerra. And the Lions have broken this one open here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Still only 1 out. Jeremiah James, and that's going to bounce off of Guerra, and he'll make his way to first base. That's going to bring up Avery Ibarra. Now to bat for the Lockhart Lions, number 8, Avery Ibarra. And Ethan Mendez will be in the on-deck circle. Big hit by Jeremiah James. For the first base, and not in time, as Guerra will slide underneath the tag. As James is comfortably at third base. Guerra on his way to second. That ball gets past the catcher. Jeremiah James coming in, sliding head first. He'll be safe. And continue to move over to first base. To third base will be Santiago Guerra. So James will now make it 9-3 Lockhart. Count is 1 ball and no strikes as that one got away from the catcher Cordero. That one's going to be up and in for ball two. That one's going to tail inside for ball three. And I'm pretty sure Ibarra will have the green light on this one. And he'll look at that one right down the middle for strike one. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Once again, only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lockhart's placed 4 runs across the plate after giving up 3 in the top of the 4th. It's going to be a chopper towards the right side. Second baseman comes up with it over the first in time for out number 2. But not before Jeremiah James comes across the plate. Now up to bat for the Lions, number 16, Ethan Mendez. So nobody on the base paths for Mendez as he'll dig into the batter's box. Do you want to say that we do not own the rights to the music? It is not under our control, and that one's going to be high for ball 1. That's up and in for ball 2. Jesse Flores in the on-deck circle for the Lockhart Lions. A big swing and a miss for strike 1. Swing towards the right side. That's going to go foul for strike 2. That'll even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A 2-2 pitch on the way. That's going to miss outside for ball 3. It's going to make the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, 2 outs. That one's going to miss low for ball 4, so Mendez will make his way to first base. Now up to bat, number 15, Jesse Flores. That'll put Connor, the leadoff batter, here in the bottom of the 4th inning, back in the on-deck circle. That one's going to catch that outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 to Flores. And missing outside for ball 1. 1-1 to count. Up and in for ball 2. That's going to be high for ball 3. 3-1 the count now to Flores. Once again, Lion runner at first base, Ethan Mendez. Reached on a base on balls. And a ground ball hit towards the third baseman. Scooped it up. No throw to first. So that'll put runners at first and second for the Lockhart Lions. Now coming up to bat, number 11, Parker Connor. So the man who started it off here in the bottom of the 4th inning comes right back up to bat for the second time in the inning. Parker Connor steps into the batter's box. Also scored take a swing at the first one. He'll foul that one back. Up and in for ball one. 1-1 the count. Gage Deutsch in the on-deck circle. Swinging a drive towards the shortstop. Coming up. Throwing over to first base. And in time for out number 3. So that's going to do it after 4 innings of play. It is Lockhart Lions 10, Navarro Vikings 3. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll be right back with more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast.
Old Pal Texas Tavern, located on the square in downtown Lockhart at 100 East Market Street. From a variety of appetizers, fried chicken, burgers, and salads, Old Pal is the right place for your hunger. We're open 7 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Fridays and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Our kitchen will be open late for Lockhart Lions Friday Night Lights home games. Old Pal Texas Tavern, cold drinks, fried chicken, and famous smash burgers are perfect for your after-game score. At Old Pals, we are proud supporters of the Lockhart Lions and the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast.
And we are back here for the top of the 5th inning as number 3 Lopez is in the batter's box. New pitcher on the mound for the Lions, and he'll take a look at the first pitch for strike 1. Looks like that's going to be Waylon Phillips on the mound, the left-hander for the Lions. Coming in for his brother Weston. That's going to be a ground ball hit towards the second baseman. Ibata comes up firing over to first, and in time for out number 1. Now coming up to bat, number 16, Balderas. So Balderas will step into the batter's box. He'll take a look at the first pitch high for ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 to count. That's going to be low and outside for ball 2. That one's going to miss for ball 3. 3-1 to count. And in the turn for ball 4, and we got a Viking runner on the base pads. That's going to be number 16, Balderas. Now to bat for the Vikings, number 1, Pascal. Pascal had a triple to left center field to start the top half of the 4th inning, which led to 3 runs for the Vikings. Ball gets away from Guerra, and Balderas will make his way to second base. One and 0 the count. Inside once again, that one gets away from Guerra, back to the backstop, and Balderas will advance over to third base. As Guerra makes his way up to the mound to talk to his pitcher. Give him a little bit of words of encouragement. And low and inside for ball 3. And that'll catch that outside corner for strike 1. Ground ball hit towards the first baseman off the glove of Connor, and Balderas will score. And that's going to bring up number 2, Delora. As that one went off the glove. Pascal will be safe at first base. And that scores once again Balderas from third base. That'll make the score now 10-4. Throw over to first base, not in time. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Show and bunt. Lays it down, but is going to pop it up back to the backstop for strike 2. Count is 0-2 to Lauren. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Out number 2. That'll bring up Cordero up to the plate, who's on the mound now. Started off at third base. Up and way in for ball 1. On his way to second is Pascal to throw, and not in time. Great jump by Pascal. And that's going to be bunted foul for strike one. Trying to lay it down the third base side is Ethan Mendez, playing a little bit deep in the dirt. Time's going to be called at the plate by Cordero. That's going to miss up and away for ball two. 2-1 to count. Swing and a miss for strike two. Or excuse me, strike three, and that's going to do it. So after 4.5 innings of play, Navarro Vikings put one more run on the board. Still trailed by 6 as the Lockhart Lions have a 10-4 lead. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 5th inning right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
If you're looking to cherish that special moment in photos, Warren Yanez Photography is the one to call. Lockhart High School sophomore and Lions Pride Sports broadcast videographer Warren Yanez is a very talented young man with the inspiration and determination to capture the photos that will create an everlasting memory. Warren Yanez Photography has flexible scheduling, with shoot locations available within the Lockhart perimeter. If you are interested in having Warren photograph yourself, your family, and pets, he graciously accepts love offerings and tips as a way to continue nurturing and refining his God-given talents. For more info, you can contact Warren Yanez Photography at 512-855-3106.
Luling MMA provides a safe and professional martial arts instruction for kids and adults. Head trainer and owner King Webb is a third-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a first-degree black belt in Taekwondo. Luling MMA offers classes in the sweet science of boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and MMA. With experienced trainers and coaches, Luling MMA provides world-class instruction for those that want to learn for recreation or for competition. Luling MMA is located at 212 North Cypress Avenue in Luling, Texas. For more information about Luling MMA, you can go to their website, www.mmaluling.com.
And we are back here for the bottom of the 5th inning as Gage Deutsch will lead things off for the Lockhart Lions. Well, Lockhart Lions could score 4 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll invoke the 10-run rule, 10-run mercy rule, as the Lions will be up by 10 after 5 or 4.5 innings. Still got plenty of baseball left to go. As once again, we'll see Gage Deutsch, Waylon Phillips, Jackson Isley, and Jeremiah James. And now leading off for the Lockhart Lions, number 1, Gage Deutsch. So, Gage Deutsch will dig into the batter's box. Swinging away at the first pitch and sends it foul down the left side for strike one. Way ahead of that one. Gage Deutsch had a memorable game-winning home run last year. Caught that one right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. Also was on the mound, striking out 14 batters in that game. Led off the bottom of the 7th with a game-winning solo shot over the scoreboard. This one he'll send it fouling out of play for strike 2. Deutsch behind in the count, 0-2. A swing and a miss for strike 3. And they'll throw that one around the horn. Now up to bat for the Lions, number 7, Waylon Phillips. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That one's going to be fouled off the hands. Back to the backstop. It's going to be high. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Up and in for ball 3. That's going to make the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that's going to go off of Waylon Phillips. And we'll have a Lockhart line runner on the base pads on a hit by pitch. Now coming up to bat, number 3, Jackson Heisley. Phillips thought about going. And Heisley will take a look at the first pitch outside for ball 1. And swinging away on this one. Fouls it back off the backstop for strike 2. 0-2 to count to Heisley. That's going to be up and away for ball 1. Throw to first base, not in time as Phillips slides up underneath the tag. It's going to be fouled back to the backstop. Count will still remain. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one's going to miss low and outside for ball 2. Jeremiah James in the on-deck circle for the Lions. And a drive to center field going back. Center fielder on his horse, and he'll make the catch. And having to backtrack all the way to first base will be Phillips. Now batting for the Lions, number 9, Jeremiah James. So Jeremiah James will dig into the batter's box. Had the big 3 RBI triple his last at bat. He'll take a look at the first pitch outside for ball 1. Low and outside for ball 2. Up and away for ball 3. 3-0 the count to James. Once again, Waylon Phillips at third base. That one's going to be popped up behind home plate. And making the squeeze for out number 3. It's going to be Cordero, the catcher. So that's going to do it. After 5 innings of play, we'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Lockhart 10, Navarro 4. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
My name is Nathaniel Gonzalez, also known as My Time Gonzalez on the football field.
Same formation.
Same play.
Hand off to Gonzalez. He got room to run across his midfield to the 40, the 30, the 20, 10. End zone, touchdown, Gonzalez.
When I'm not on the football field, I run a small Christian brand with 2 of my friends, Sam Mancius and Gabby Longoria. This allows us to spread our Lord and Savior's message. We make shirts, shorts, sweaters, cut-off hoodies, car decals, and drawstrings backpack. My design is to have a unique verse of your choosing on the back of the shirt or hoodie. If you would like to support Stay Holy, scan the QR code and check out what we have. Or for more info, you can send us an email to stayholy21@gmail.com. If Jesus could do it all, we could try. God bless and go Lions.
And we are back for the start of the top of the 6th inning. Once again, it is Lockhart 10, Austin Navarro 4. Got a new catcher in the game, number 4, Xavier Schulke. Now to bat for the Vikings, number 7, Lopez. All right, number 7, Cordero. And it takes a look at the first pitch for ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1, 1-1 the count. Low one in the turf for ball 2. Up and away for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Cordero, number 7. Right back up the middle, out into center field. Cordero will reach base. Now up to bat, number 9, Torres. So Cordero at first base with a leadoff single to center. And Torres at the plate. That one's going to be in the turf for ball 1. Just missing inside for ball 2. Xavier Shooky trying to frame that one. On his feet, on the move towards second. The throw was there in time. Just short hopped it to the second baseman. So Lopez will be safe. Or excuse me, Cordero, number 7, will be safe at second base. Count is 0-3, or 3-0. Swing and a miss for strike one. Swing and a miss for strike two. That's going to make the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball towards the shortstop. Deutsch coming up, firing over to first base, and in time for out number 1. Now to bat number 6, Tellez. So Cordero, number 7, will be at third base with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. And that's going to be low for ball 1 to Tellez. That one's coming off the fist towards the right side for strike 1. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And that one's going to be fouled back. Count will still remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one's going to be fouled out of play. That's way up and in for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Waylon Phillips still on the mound. And that's going to hit Tellez. And he'll make his way to first base. Now up to bat number 21, Lopez. So the first of 2 Lopez coming up to bat. So 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Lockhart leading by 6, 10-4. 2 runners on the base pads for the Vikings. Well, trying to bunt that one. He'll bunt it back to the backstop. At third base, it's number 7, Cordero. And at first base is number 6, Tellez. Once again, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Big swing and a miss. As Tellez will swipe second uncontested. Waylon Phillips up on the batter, 0-2. And right down the middle for strike 3. And out number 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. Well, there's a pinch hitter coming into bat, number 11, and he'll hit a ground ball towards Connor at first base, and Connor will step on the bag to end the top of the 6th inning. So as we head to the bottom of the 6th, Lockhart still up 10-4. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with a more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast.
If you're looking to capture that special moment, let Adrian Gutierrez Photography capture that special moment for you. Whether it's a wedding, birthday, family photo, or any special occasion, Adrian Gutierrez Photography is the right one to turn that special moment into a memory that will last a lifetime. Adrian Gutierrez proudly supports Lockhart Lion Athletics and can be seen at many events in Lockhart, as well as at Lockhart Lions sporting events, offering his time to create special moments for the Lockhart community. You can contact Adrian Gutierrez Photography at 512-227-6794, email adriangutierrezphotography@gmail.com, or his website adriangutierrezphotography.com. Meitler Plumbing LLC is the one to call on for your plumbing service work in Lockhart and Caldwell County. Call Darren Meitler from Meitler Plumbing at 512-398-3146. Darren has been with the family business for over 30 years, and has been voted best plumber in Caldwell County numerous times. Master licensed and bonded. So, for any plumbing issues, call Meitler Plumbing for your plumbing service. Darren Meitler is also a 1989 Lockhart alumni and football captain for Lockhart Lions. Go Lions! Once a Lion, always a Lion.
Now leading off for the Lockhart Lions, number 4, Xavier Schulke. So Xavier Schulke steps into the batter's box for the first time tonight. Swinging at the first pitch towards the shortstop. On his way to first and in time for out number 1. Now at the bat for the Lions, number 8, Avery Ibarra. Oh, Jason Chavez? All right, Jason Chavez at the plate, number 6. Swing and a miss for strike 1 as Jason Chavez comes into bat for Avery Ibarra, number 6. His first plate appearance tonight. That one's just going to miss outside. 1-1 to count. And that one's going to be right on the inside corner for strike 2. 1-2 to count. One's going to miss outside for ball 2. 2-2 to count. just missing on the inside. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Chavez. Swinging a drive towards right side, and that one's just gonna drop in for a bloop single for Jason Chavez. Now to bat number 16, Ethan Mendez. So big swing and a miss for strike one. As Jason Chavez is at first base with a bloop single to right field. And Ethan Mendez in the batter's box now. It's going to be outside for ball one. 1-1 to count. Low and outside for ball two. That's going to be up and away for ball three. 3-1 to count to Mendez. This is the hitter's count. Swinging away, fouling it back for strike two. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jesse Flores in the on-deck circle. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Up and in for ball 4. And that'll put 2 lines on the base pads. Chavez at second. Mendez at first. And now coming up to bat for the Lockhart Lions, number 15, Jesse Flores. As we'll have a meeting at the mound, and looks like we are going to have a pitching change. Well, it looks like no pitching change as Cordero will stay in on the mound. Top of the 6th inning, 1 out. And it'll be up and away to Flores, 1-0 count. That's going to be up and in for ball 2. Bottom 6. Yeah, 10 to 4. Yeah. Yeah, we locked her. That one's going to miss for ball 3. 3-0 the count. As you can see, the scoreboard here at the stadium is out. So I'm having to give updates to fans, which is no problem. That's going to miss high for ball 4. That's going to load the bases for Parker Connor. Now, it looks like we might have seen the last of Cordero. This is his second trip to the mound. And now coming up to bat for the Lockhart Lions, number 11, Parker Connor. So a couple of defensive shifts out there. It looks like we will see number 3, Lopez coming into take his position at the mound. And Parker Connor has been on a tear so far here today at the plate. And he comes up with the bases loaded with 1 out. Once again, Lockhart only needs 4 more runs to end this one with the mercy rule, the 10-run mercy rule, as the Kennedy Lions are patiently waiting for game 2. But as we have a pitch and change, we'll take a quick timeout and we'll be right back with more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast.
KJ's Embroidery is the place that can make your embroidery dreams a reality. If you're looking for embroidery work for business hats, shirts, or patches embroidered with your business logo, owner Randy Ellis can get you lined up. From a handful of items to bulk items, KJ's Embroidery is the one to call. Check them out on Facebook to stay up to date with all of their current work. If you would like to reach out to KJ's Embroidery for embroidery work done, you can send an email to kjsembroidery@gmail.com, or you can call them at 830-263-2447.
If you find yourself on the side of the road or in an accident, call Quantum Towing and Recovery at 512-295-8697. Quantum Towing has been a family-owned business since 2000. We offer 24-hour towing and recovery service for your vehicle. With 4 locations to serve you in Kyle, San Marcos, Luling, and Lockhart, Quantum Towing is only a phone call away.
And number 3, Lopez getting his final pitches in as we get set to get back into action. Once again, Parker Connor coming up to the plate. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Bases are loaded. We got Chavez at third base, Ethan Mendez at second base, and Jesse Flores at first. Parker Connor at the plate takes a look at the first pitch. Curveball for strike 1. That's going to be a chopper over the third baseman's head. And that'll score Chavez from third. Bases still remain loaded. Now to bat for the Lockhart Lions, number 1, Gage Deutsch. Now Lockhart only needs 3 now to end this one. Gage Deutsch coming up to the plate, bases still loaded. Connor at first, Flores at second, Mendez at third. And a drive into left center field. That's going to get past the third base, the left fielder. Ethan Mendez will score easily. Flores rounding third, coming home, and coming in with Connor with the game-winning run. And that's going to do it. The Lockhart Lions will come out victorious on a 3-run triple to end the game by Gage Deutsch. So that'll do it for game 1. Our Kreitz Market Offensive Players of the Game is going to go to Gage Deutsch and Jeremiah James for their 3 RBI triples here tonight. And your Quantum Towing Defensive Player of the Game is going to go to the Phillip brothers. Waylon Phillips and Weston Phillips did an outstanding job on the mound. So that's going to do it for game 1. We are going to cut this feed out, and we'll be right back for game 2 as the Lockhart Lions take on the Kennedy Lions.